Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're probably wondering, hey, this isn't Bloodborne. You're right, but surprisingly enough, still pretty gruesome nonetheless. This is, as you can see on the title, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus on the Switch. I am pretty seasoned when it comes to Binding of Isaac, I'd like to think. I've got, between all Binding of Isaacs, I've got upwards of, say, probably like somewhere between 600 to 800 hours across all Binding of Isaacs. I've played quite a bit. In regards to why we're not doing Bloodborne, there is some family stuff going on that is causing a little bit of a wrinkle-dinkle in regards to why it's just me, which goes further on to say that it is just me for these episodes, or episode, depending on what happens. Either way, this is Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and here we go on just kind of a random run. I am one of those people who loves to do just random people. Why? Because it's fun. So we're oh goodness. It's gonna be interesting for me, because I think this is the first time I've ever done an episode by myself. So, it's just me doing commentary. But I will say, I will try to go over items that I do know and items that I don't. That's a dick move, game. Thanks. So I've got Flaming Tears on the right. Basically what that means is all of my tears are flames, and occasionally, every once in a while, on hits, they will explode, which is pretty neat. Unfortunately, those explosions do hurt whichever character you are playing as. You'll also notice I'm playing as a white-haired man, white-haired Isaac. His name is Eden. And his whole shtick... Again, game, come on. His whole shtick is that you can only play him a certain amount of times because he has these Eden tokens. I won't lie, I don't quite remember how you get them. But you do seem to get them pretty quick, so hey. Yeah, this game can get kinda weird after a while. And it's kind of a shame that, you know, it didn't get... I would like to have seen it get a little bit bigger, although I do think it got pretty big as it was. And there we go. That's the end of run number 1. I die a lot. I die a lot. I do not claim to be good. But I do claim to have a lot of fun with Binding of Isaac. There's some very... Oh no, not the drift. That's unfortunate. There are some very, very interesting combinations you can get in this game. Ranging from literally anything involving the D4, which is an activatable item that, when activated, basically just turns you into a brand new character. It re-rolls literally every item that you have on your person. Okay, good. Every item on your person, your items that you have equipped, your activatable items, everything. And so, you know, you could be going through a run where, you know... That is not true, game. I checked. Anyway, I You know, you could be going through like a run where you're like really focused on bombs for some reason. And then you roll the D4 and then all of a sudden, hey, you're now all about using laser beams and completely different playstyle. But I think that's amazing. I think that's great. Because that really means that you just get grab bag of interesting effects, creating even more interesting combinations. Essentially, almost for free. And then, you know, you just kind of go about your business with whatever build you're rocking. Spikes suck. Just in general. Really in any game, honestly. In regards to this run so far, not too bad. We're about to be going up to... We're going to be going over to our first boss. Who we're going to get? It's Larry Jr. Pretty easy boss. He's... As long as you don't let him get too much poop on the floor, you know, and get mazed in, you're probably gonna do fine. Just got some rotten meat, increases your HP. Truly a gift of the basement. And with every interlude between each floor, usually go, I believe it's 6 floors is the base for every basement run. And in between each one, you get these little nightmares that Isaac has, where, like for that one, for example, he just wanted his mom to love him, and she kept, you know, pushing him away. And for the record, you know, there are some very, for lack of a better term, not wholesome, like, motifs and ideals in this game, like ideas and whatnot. I just want to state that this is just a game. You know, I do not, you know, one of the things that you can very easily do in this game is, you know, the big, well, I won't say it, but when you kill the final boss, I obviously do not condone that. For what would hopefully be obvious reasons. But unfortunately, it is a game that I really do enjoy. Why? Because of the mechanics, not because of, you know, the problematic ideals. If you wanna go that route. Hey, nice. So the rainbow poop is very handy. I believe what happens is when you pop that poop, you basically just get all your health back. And I think it did AoE damage to enemies on the floor. Or in the room, sorry. And, yeah. Pretty handy, if I do say so, myself. I really do think that this game is a lot of fun, and like I said, I wish that, you know, more people tried it. And, you know, if one of those things where it's like, if you are genuinely put off by the game, so be it. But I do think that this is a legitimately good style of this type of game. I believe the official term is roguelite. I'm sure the editor will prove me wrong if I am incorrect in that statement. In regards to the game itself, we got a key, might as well go to the shop. And didn't really get anything super great. That's pretty good. Basically what all this weapon does, or all this item does, is turn your tears into coins that can do AoE damage, and I think it increases your power slightly. Speaking of which, when you hit the pause button, you have your 6 stats. You've got your speed, rate of fire, damage. Can't remember what the difference is between the... Oh, range, projectile speed, and luck. And, I don't know if people play Binding of Isaac, but hey, if you want to use that code in the top left to get this particular run, go for it. It's another really cool... screw it. Oh wait, this is a bad idea, isn't it? Wait, I can't... Huh, I don't remember how this item works, apparently. Because I can't use it. Oh well. Oh yeah, another side effect of this, the coins, the coin tiers, there's a chance that when you hit a target, they just drop a coin. Pretty handy, if I do say so myself. And then on top of that, because I got the piercing tears item earlier, normally the penny tears, 2 of spades. I think that is, yep, 2 keys. Sucks that Danny and Kevin can't be here. But again, they, you know, they had stuff to take care of. But at least you've got me and Monstro, apparently. His shtick is that he just kind of belches up a bunch of tears at you, and he jumps. I believe there are also... What is it? I think, like... It's either 1 or 2 more versions of Monstro, or at least that look like Monstro, but they act differently and do other stuff. Magic Scab, HP and luck up. Luck up is HP up, once again, gift of the basement. Always get HP ups if you can. Because that really, that makes a huge difference. Wait. There was a coin room over there. What's this then? Ooh. More keys. The Empress. Reusable item generator. Oh, oops, I used, dang it. Hey. Cool. Okay, so I should also preface by saying this. A lot of my time that I have done in Binding of Isaac is not on the Switch, so every once in a while I forget what the controls are. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, come on. There we go. Don't even know why I'm doing this. I can't get to him anyway. Oh. Another aspect of Binding of Isaac. Ouch. Okay, 2 aspects of Binding of Isaac that I haven't talked about. The first one being that there are some floors, not rooms, that have quote-unquote modifiers on them. I believe this one was called Curse of the Maze. What Curse of the Maze does is there's a percentile chance that when you you stop that. When you enter goodness gracious. When you enter a room, there's a percentile chance that it just shifts you to another room on the floor, not like an adjacent room, which would be much more convenient. No, it is a random floor, or random room on the entire floor. which means, you know, you could be somewhere really cool and neat, like you're about to get yourself an item from a crown room, and then all of a sudden you get mazed away to the complete opposite side of the map in a room that could just straight up kill you, and, you know, that's not fun. But it is interesting, all things accounted for. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. I'm doing terribly. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I never claimed to be good. I play it a lot. And I have a lot of fun with it. Except for when I suck. Also, does not help that I haven't really gotten anything that is, like, really considered busted. For example, really anything to increase the power of my tiers. Because me having what I have right now is not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but... Ugh. But, yeah, you know, it's a game I highly recommend if, you know, you're interested in roguelites and getting some interesting item combinations and stuff of the like. I don't know the specifics on that item, but, you know, I will take what it says and saying that it is damage reduction, that it does in fact do that. So... Oh no. Oh no. Blah. Well, this run might end shortly. Oh, in regards to Lazarus, this particular Isaac that I'm playing as, the whole thing with him is that he starts off with an extra life. He starts off with an extra life, which can come in really handy. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. There's so many of you. Ooh, huh. So he starts off with an extra life, which is pretty great to have, you know, if you're someone like me who, just really has a hard time with certain enemies. But, come on. Yeah, sure. Alright, so, with this room, a couple things. I always blow up the doll. But, you can also, with this particular thing up here, you're able to use a bomb to get a free reroll instead of having to use your coins, which can take X number of coins. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Yeah, this run's probably gonna end fairly quickly. At this point. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Because with a new run comes new possibilities. Okay, this run might not end as quickly as I thought. Hollow is like Larry Jr., except he flies around, bouncing off of walls. Again, pretty easy to predict. Tears and shot speed up. Yeah. Now, this is, technically would be a Satan room, but I don't want that because I only have a half heart. Those are usually items that are, you know, kind of like... Oh, how would you describe it? Basically, it's an item that just comes with a a cost, a price, if you will. Neat. What that item does is, I believe you blow up rocks, and they have a chance to give you goodies. Neat. Doesn't help much when you don't have bombs, or any other way to blow up rocks, so. Also, because Larry Jr. is so easy, after a while they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna throw them in rooms as just normal enemies. Poor Larry. There's the lucky rock for you. All those rocks would not have dropped anything as they were initially, but because of the lucky rock, they dropped like 10 coins or something. So that's pretty neat. Pretty great. And now we've got a bunch of coins. Still got that half a heart though, which is not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, this game. Sometimes the rooms are easy, sometimes the rooms are hard. Or sometimes you just are stupid and you miss. Well. Let's do it again! And again, and again, and again. Okay. First things first. Azazel. You'll notice that he already has wings. He looks kind of like a demon. He doesn't have regular tears. He starts off with a shortened brimstone. And by brimstone, I mean it's just a shortened laser. I am someone of the mindset that I believe that this character is one of the easiest to play. A lot of quality of life things by default. Brimstone can be... I mean, look at this. Look at this. Being able to do this on the first floor. Yeah, alright. Brimstone in and of itself is a pretty great and amazing item to get on really any character. But the fact that Azazel starts off with a shortened one just right off the bat, it's interesting. And then this, I don't think this item will do anything with Brimstone, but Brimstone's pretty busted in and of itself. Not much you can do with that, or not much you can do against that. Another thing with Azazel, he starts off with a card called Oh the Fool. And so what that card does is if you activate it, it teleports you to the initial room on the floor that you started in. It's generally not great in my opinion, but at least it serves as like an oops. Like, you know, you're not doing great and you want to restart a room, you know, that's a great way to do it. Also, one of the ways that you can cheese bosses is, you know, if they are like a boss that doesn't have a ranged projectile, or usually doesn't, you could just, with Azazel, just sit on an open spot and just hit him with Brimstone. And it's like, okay. Yeah, it's pretty silly. Azazel's silly. I think Azazel is one of the characters, I think he's like the character for me that has, like, the most, like, wins. And so I usually try to... avoid playing him, because I feel like he is genuinely too easy. You get so many things that just makes you so good right off the bat. And, you know, if that's something you want, play Azazel. You know, nothing wrong with that. You know, if that's what you want out of a character, go for it. Just me personally, I try to make things a little more interesting by playing, you know, other characters, like Lazarus, for example. You know, he's kind of busted in that he gets an extra life. But at the same time, you know, there are other things that he is not as good at. In my humble opinion. Ooh, the Joker. That's a toughie. I don't know if I want to do that one just yet. So what the Joker does is it sends you to, if there are multiple special rooms, we're talking like a Satan room or like a chapel room, basically like rooms that would show up after you beat the boss. So the floor in that room, like the rooms that the rooms there that would show up, it can take you to one of those. And while that is cool, I'd like to see if I can maybe get some more hearts of some kind before going into that room, because if it is in fact a Satan room, you know, I would like to have hearts to spare, so that way I just don't kill myself outright by getting said item. And so that's just kind of what I'm looking for, and it looks like I'm not getting much in the way of luck in that regard. So here's what I will do. I will go in here, I'll use a couple keys to get some items. See if any of these give me anything good. Well, I got a replacement key, which is pretty nice. Guess I can also go check the coin room real quick. To not much greatness. Oof. Not getting... I can fly. Ladder doesn't help me. The ladder gets you across spaces if you don't have flying. Defeats the purpose. Oh my goodness. Really, game? Are you just not gonna give me anything good? Fine, I'll buy a key. Alright. Game is making things difficult for me. Let's see what we got. Okay, so here's the problem. Uh-oh. So this is a pentagram, obviously. What it does in Binding of Isaac is it would increase that bottom left stat by like 2 ticks or something. Brimstone is purely a damage upgrade. This is a follower that, as you will notice, does not have a head. And so what it does is while you're running around, and it's kind of trailing behind you, it's leaving a trail of blood, which is going to cause damage on enemies that walk on it. I'm not going to pick anything from this room. Only because I think that if I were to... Oh boy. If I were to take, say, the pentagram, and because it takes 3 hearts, okay, so the Binky gave me another heart. I'm still not going to do it, because that would leave me with 1 heart, that I just don't. I don't need that stress in my life. I just don't. You can't make... As I was talking about earlier, with the floor modifiers, Curse of Darkness sucks so much. You know, unless you're playing on a TV, which I don't know if it's coming through, on the recording or not, but the TV I'm playing on is kind of bright, and so Curse of Darkness doesn't really do anything for me. Which is, alright. Which is really handy. Alright, Bob's Rotten Head. You wanna see what this does? I don't even know where it went. It just kinda left the world. It lobs an explosion. It lobs a bomb, basically. Oh no. Okay, so this is rubber oh no. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, that's interesting. So... Okay. So it does okay, so Ipecac... You can kind of see it. Because of the trinket in the bottom left that I have, the, I think it was called the Ouroboros snake. It is causing Ipecac shots to kind of just launch out of nowhere. And that is not ideal, and I would really like to not have this problem anymore. But what Ipecac does... Oh my goodness. What Ipecac does is it launches a... It's more of a lobbed tier, as opposed to like a projectile that, you know, like, you control. That... Ooh, why did I wait? Why did I wait? You know what? I'll take it. I don't want to... Oh no. Why is Ipecac still shooting out? Oh no. Oh no. Game. Why? Oh. This is not an interaction I was wanting to have. That's interesting, though. I'll take it, sure. Oh my god. I'm usually very excited when I get Ipecac. Usually. But right now, not so much. Ipecac is ruining the game for me, and that makes me very upset. Oh, what do I... Alright. Oh, man, Ipecac. Oh. Yep. And here, yep. Now I'm dead. Oh, Ipecac, why have I been betrayed by you? Ugh. Alright, let's go again. Let's see. Hopefully, you know, you guys are Oh! Vanilla Isaac! Vanilla Isaac. Cool. Vanilla Isaac, I don't know why I'm saying it wrong. Vanilla Isaac is very standard. He has, yes, game, I understand that. It wasn't low when I checked it half an hour ago. Anyway, Isaac is... Ooh, the D7. I believe that only works on boss rewards, aka the pedestal items. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if I do this right... Ooh. Hey, alright. Let's just blow these up for posterity's sake. Wow! A heart room on the first floor. Interesting. What are you about to throw at me, game? Yeah, I think that the D7 only works on boss drops, or I guess technically pedestal items. Which I don't know if that counts... Off the top of my head, I don't know if that counts for shop pedestal items as well. But we'll test it out on the boss room and see if this is in fact what they work on. I love the dice items. I really do. They are genuinely very... Some people would say random or whatever term you want to use, but I mean, that's kind of the point in a roguelite. I think that makes the game a lot more interesting if it's unpredictable. Wow! Oh no. We're getting a... Oh no. We're getting a series of dice that I am not remembering off the top of my head. That is not great, all things considered. I think we got everything, so cool. Okay, so Widow is annoying, to say the least. You've now seen two of his moves. One of them is he basically puts a bunch of white... Look, it's gonna sound terrible no matter which way I say it. White sticky surface from, I can only assume, his butt. And it slows you down. And then he also shoots out spiders. And occasionally, he's supposed to be able to... He, they, it is also supposed to shoot out, like, little cocoons. Alright. Oh! Wait. What? Huh. Okay, so, interesting. Alright. Wait. Did all those hearts get re-rolled as well? I thought I thought it was the D6 or the D20 that was able to re-rolls, like, items that had dropped. Guess not. I mean, I will take this stuff very, very happily. Yeah, no, didn't re-roll that stuff. Okay, cool. Great, whatever. I don't have enough coins or anything to go into a shop, so... Oh! Oh, yeah! Oh, excuse me. I don't know what you'd call that, the red emblemed room I didn't go to, I believe that is a room that has teeth on the door. Basically what that room does is... when you walk through, you take damage. Both in and out. And so, you know, if you're hurting for health, you really don't want to go in there, because you'd lose a full heart just trying to get stuff that could, you know, not pay off in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, we'll see what else is in this floor before I commit to that. And if you haven't noticed already, another cool thing, I think it's cool. I'd say 90% of the items that they have put in this game have some sort of, like, come on. Some sort of, like, cosmetic, some sort of, like, cosmetic, change. And, like, for example, the Magic 8 Ball I got gives me, like, kind of like that tarot card reader, like, stereotype, like, stereotypical, what would you call, like, a... It's not necessarily a hat, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, you basically get that as part of, like, the cosmetic for the item. And, you know, other items, you know, give interesting cosmetic stuff as well. Even if you don't have, like, an item that, you know, provides items off of, like, poop or rocks or whatever, it's still not a terrible idea to pop them anyway. Just because, like that, for example. It's got a heart. Back up to full health. They like, even if you don't have anything that, like, gives you something cool or more out of it, there's still a chance that they could still drop something neat or useful anyway. Yeah, this room up here, yeah, I usually don't do that. I don't usually do that unless I have a way to, like, really, like, regenerate or, you know, get hearts back or just get a heart in general. But, hey. To each their own. To each their own, I should say. You know, you do you. Ultimately, there is... You know, there is a lot to this game. And, I would very much recommend, you know, at least giving it a shot. Interesting. Also, some items just are puns. 8-inch nails. You'll notice that with this cosmetic, yeah, it's pretty gruesome. I won't say what it is, but yeah, you can kind of see it. Also, these things hurt a lot, so... And sometimes you get stuff like this where the only thing you have to... Ouch. The only thing you have to do in a room is mess up a simple puzzle. Okay, this thing is not hard initially, but then it does that. It splits a number of times. You kill one form, it turns into something else, all the way just until it turns into a worm. And so, you know, you kill the big ones, you kill the small ones, you kill the smaller things, and then eventually the fight is over unless you fail like I did. Oops. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Standard full episode of Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. There is a... Oh, no. There is a new one coming out. I believe... in May? Binding of Isaac Repentance. Oh, even better. I was wrong. March 21st, or March 31st. Obviously we are no in way, shape, form, you know, sponsored by the wonderful people making Binding of Isaac, but hey, if they want to, that'd be great. I'm very excited about Repentance. I would highly recommend. If you have not tried any of the Binding of Isaacs, they're pretty cheap on Steam, as well as on the eShop on the Switch, and you know, wherever else it's sold. I highly recommend it. You give it a shot. It's pretty great. Especially when you get really into those really interesting combinations that you can get from items and stuff like that. Anywho, thank you all for watching this brief, well, hopefully brief interlude of episodes, and hopefully we will be getting back into Bloodborne again soon. With that, see you in the next video. Goodbye.